Good morning, Ursula here with the birds again. Today we're just going to take a quick look at the garden, see what's coming up. This is a section by the herb spiral. These are irises, and this is pretty glorious here. We're going to get snow maybe tomorrow, so we're going to take a look at everything today, and then I welcome you to come back and take a look at how it looks tomorrow. And these guys here are a different type of iris. I was told they're called Japanese irises, but I don't really know. So it looks like the irises are coming up. We have St. John's wort. We've got horehound. Oh, is that parsley? It might be parsley. And up here we have anise hyssop. On the far side we've got some yarrow, and we've got rosemary waiting to get covered up later tonight with its bucket. So that's what we got going on in the herb spiral. Oh, that's a goose. You think I live on a nature preserve? I don't. Anyway, let's take a look at what else is going on. Okay, we're in the front yard right now. We've got some jonquils coming up. I planted potatoes in the grow bags. The rose has already got leaves. This is a lilac. It's one of the dark purple lilacs, and it's coming on strong. Let's see what else we got here. Of course, the Hellebores. They've been going for about a month now. And this is a weed called purple dead nettle, and that's gonna fuel my compost pile soon, I hope. These are the blueberries. They're starting to think about popping some blooms already. Look at that. We got a couple leeks left over that we didn't harvest over the winter. The bloodroot is almost done. It bloomed last week. It's very ephemeral. It only lasts for about a week, and then we'll have greenery the rest of the summer. Here's some cabbages that survived the winter. And we have more hellebores. And then this was a project I worked on the last couple days, is planting more potatoes in here. These are French fingerlings. So those are done. I have a long list of to-do items to get planted yet. But that's what we got going on in the front yard. Let's take a look at the rhubarb patch before we go to the back. The black currant bush. Look at that. And then down here we have some red vein sorrel. That's gonna make a tasty dinner. And then all through here we have columbine. Those should come and start blooming in about 2 or 3 weeks maybe. Usually May, but it's early this year. Okay, so this is a rhubarb patch. Rhubarb's coming up, and it looks like I'm gonna have some leeks. I'm gonna have to get those harvested before they go to seed, or else I'm just gonna have to let them go to seed and collect the seeds. Ooh, peas are coming up. Look at that. There's more rhubarb through here. It's not up, it's gonna be a little bit yet. Maybe 2 weeks before we get anything off of that. But lots of leeks. There might be potato and leek soup yet this week. Parsley survived the winter. This is the other blackcurrant bush. It is humongous. So looking forward to that. They're so tasty and a juice. This is the side the deer like. There are tracks all through here. This is the aronia bush. It's doing better. It was transplanted recently. I've got a lot of sticks in here to prevent the deer from going after it. But the deer will totally decimate. This is a flowering quince. And the deer will totally eat every single blossom off of this. Alright, some of this has still got to come out. I've been slowly working on getting the last year's vegetation taken care of and composted. Apple tree is looking good. One of the things I did to keep the deer away from eating the apple over the winter is I just put the old tomato cages all around the tree, and that seemed to do the trick. May not look like much, but it seemed to work pretty good. Let's go in the back. Okay, here we have a lot more flowers. The black raspberries will take over in summer, but for now we have daffodils, jonquils, and we'll have a huge patch of tulips back here, looks like. The black raspberry canes are protecting the tulips from the deer. The deer love the tulips. So we've got a lot more leeks back here. And underneath the cover are strawberries. Let's see what else we got going on. We've got garlic in the next bed. And underneath here is radishes and spinach. They like the cold and they won't be bothered by the weather change tomorrow at all. Let's see what we got. Look at those guys. Isn't that exciting? And then that spinach. This is going to be the new bed. We're going to wait till after the cold weather tomorrow to plant this. Probably beets are going in here and radishes. I'm going to do a quick crop of cold weather plants before putting tomatoes in here later in the summer. And then, oh my gosh, look at this. This is a plum tree. It's just base stock. Whatever was grafted onto it is gone. It was dying. We picked it up from a store. We rescued it. It didn't cost hardly anything. I think maybe $2. And in order to save it, we had to cut off the graft. So it was cut below the graft. So it's whatever the garden centers use as the rootstock before grafting on. But this is quite spectacular. And the purple flower down there is myrtle. And the jonquils or daffodils came from Cliffside Permaculture. Joe has a channel. I recommend you follow their page. They're also on YouTube. Link in the description. And then underneath here, I have some things that had to weather in pots over winter. But the spinach I transplanted, that's doing good. The forks are in there to prevent the deer in case they nuzzle underneath the cover. There's a lot more going on underneath here, but we'll look at that another day. Those are still in trays. They're going to come in the house tonight for a day. This is something I don't like about this design. It pools water. and I have yet to figure out how to make that not happen. On this side, this is where I put the chicken wire to prevent the squirrels from digging in here. Looks like I will have peas this year. This is a snow pea, which is different from the ones in the front yard. The ones in the front yard are pod peas. And it looks like I might get a salad out here yet. Got some mustards going on here. So, just take a look at the rest of it real quick here. I have a gummy berry bush with more jonquils, and I have some fencing that's going to get moved. I've got a lot of fencing that's going to get moved. So that's what we got today. Happy spring.